Okay, in 5, 4, 3, that's 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friends, this is Pinky.
And this is Priyanka.
And we're here to call out all things PakeAsPuck. Yes, look, I finally got it. It's not even on screen, and I said it right. I'm a genius.
You did it.
I know.
Practice.
That's good. That's good. Practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So how was this week, Priyanka? What's going on?
I do have stories for you.
Oh my God, tell me.
Wait. Are we comfortable sharing period stuff?
Yeah. I talk about my hysterectomy.
No, but like this is gross.
But like 15 minutes
Okay.
of my new show is hysterectomy, which talks about red jellyfish, okay?
Fantastic.
Here we go.
So I am... Did I tell you I was late this last time?
No.
And I freaked the fuck out?
Yeah, because you're all, I'm a free bird.
No. So I am officially 365 days, like, free of any of those baby hormones. Not pregnant, not breastfeeding, all that good stuff.
Nice.
But I was freaking out for a few days because I was running late.
Well.
And I'm like, nope.
And that probably didn't help.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't. But anyways, I did end up getting my period. Mm-hmm. And post-children, it is different. Like,
right.
it comes out different.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
You don't know what's coming out, and you just have to sit on the toilet and hope for the best. Like
sometimes I just sit there because it feels good.
Yeah, because you know that it's not staying anywhere near your body.
No. I'm just like, we're just gonna take a few minutes, and I let it do its thing.
Did you see that video where she was like, I'm not going to name who, just because names, but she was like, yeah, if you're having a really heavy period, just sit on the toilet and push it out. And I was like, do you think this is like delivering a baby, you fucking moron?
You shouldn't be able to do that.
You shouldn't be able to do that.
No.
Like, if your uterus is expelling the lining just willy-nilly because you are pushing it out like a dookie. I don't think you're supposed to
contract it like that, like,
no, that's for your butt, not for your downstairs kitty cat.
Ew.
TMI?
I don't know.
TMI.
I don't know. I don't really get grossed out by it. But anyway, so it was like day 2, I think. Mm-hmm. And those couple days are just pretty rough when they start, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're doing bedtime with the kids.
Of course.
And I felt something slip.
Oh, God. Slip and slide.
Yeah. And I look over at my husband and I was just like, this needs to be addressed immediately. You handle that.
I'll handle this.
Yes. And I ran to the bathroom and I like kind of like waddled over. It was so bad.
You waddled
I had to. But then the little one follows me to the bathroom. My youngest is like a total mama's boy, probably because he freaking nursed for 2 years, but whatever.
It is, yeah. And he's your baby.
Yeah, he follows me over. No, I love mommy. So then he barges into the bathroom. Like, there's just no time to secure the door lock.
No.
But he is there, and he is watching me handle it. I'm like, babe, can I just please get some privacy? And he's just watching, okay?
He's so confused.
Yes, he's just like, you got owie on your penis?
He did not say.
Yes, he did.
He did not say that.
He did.
You are such a fucking liar.
No,
he did not say that.
No, and his stupid finger just like this. You got owie on your penis? You need Bandaid? And I was just like, I was screaming at Neil. I'm like, can you please get this motherfucker out of here? Like, I need 5 minutes.
I don't, like, this, where, how?
I don't know. He's so smart. I love it.
Like,
you got owie on your penis?
On your penis.
But it's mortifying.
Everybody has a penis.
Yeah. I mean, he's 3, so whatever. But I was just like, can you please go?
He's
just
like inspecting it. He's like really giving it a lot of attention.
Look, he's like right there, height-wise, right? Like you're sitting down and he's like right there, eye level with you. And I'm like, can you leave? Just fucking leave.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How? Why?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
Oh, I was just checking.
Yeah. That's so smart.
I know.
I know. I should learn how to do that.
I can't unsee it though. You got owie on your penis? What the hell?
Watch people ask for shirts. Like in like a couple of months, when somebody stumbles across this episode, they're gonna be like, "Why are there no T-shirts for this?"
We'll just put his face with like an emoticon and his finger.
Yeah.
So stupid. And he looks like me, so just picture like a boyish
But with a man
version.
bun.
Yeah, with a man bun.
He's got a little bit of man bun. I love his little man bun.
Oh my god.
Every time you post a picture with his man bun, I'm like, get out of here. I hope he never cuts it off.
No, he doesn't like to. He
doesn't
likes
like
his shortly. He says he likes his shortly. He doesn't want to cut it. So
He can connect with
Anyways.
his older sister.
I purposely did not text you that story because I just needed to tell you.
Oh my God,
But
that was
it's
hilarious.
So disgusting. So have kids, they said.
Yeah. They'll make you a better person. They said.
They humble you.
Oh,
But
God.
so going into what grinds your gungies, at least about
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into what grinds my gungies.
Okay, let's do
totally
this.
related. All right.
Today.
So
Yes.
what grinds your gungies?
What's grinding the
in
gungies?
relationship to all that
Period
period
talk.
talk.
Red jellyfish. We can call it
So
that.
this is going a little off, but
That's okay. It's our podcast. We can
You
talk
know-
about whatever we want to talk about.
it drives me nuts with
Well, yeah.
all of the
Grind your gungies.
information. Yes. Stop! You're just saying all the obvious shit.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
With all the
Okay.
information.
So you know, like when you like get married, or like when you find out you're pregnant,
Right.
and this and that.
Okay.
People give you like all this dumb advice.
Oh my God.
So
Unsolicited advice.
Yes. So with all the just sleep when the baby sleeps
Oh,
and
God.
stupid shit that people feel the need to tell us, why can't they tell you? Oh, by the way, your 3-year-old might watch blood come out of your vagina one day,
They should.
right? Like that. All privacy has
Yeah.
been compromised.
No, that's so. Here's the thing. I was talking to Ravina about this. There are throughout our lives when we are going through different phases of our lives, whatever we decide to do, whether it is after high school go to college or go to a trade school or just kind of go out and see what happens or travel or whatever. There are and in this day, like you said, with all the information that we have. There's so much information on how to travel safely. There's so much information on how to be like what courses to take to become a successful doctor. Like, there's guidance. But when it comes to parenting, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to things that you need like pointers on, tips and tricks on just how to basically survive, all we have are fucking self-help books. And it drives me fucking insane because self-help books are one person's perspective who did a study over 10 to 15 years.
Did you read the what to expect when you're expecting?
Fuck yes, I did.
Did you really?
Yes.
I got bored. I don't read.
I got halfway and I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. And then, first of all, I didn't buy them. Well, a coworker had them and she was like, it helped me. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because back then, 18 years ago, side note. So last night, right? I came home Saturday this time instead of Sunday or Monday, which was everybody's like, what?
Oh, they didn't know.
Well, they did, but it
Okay.
was just like
They had more
out of the
time
norm.
with you,
Out of the norm, right? And so, fine. Last night, me and Forever PP in bed, just winding down, and I've since roommate number 2 has started, like when he started the college application and having to write his essay and all that stuff, right? Because I was like, what are you going to write about for your essay? And trying to help him out in that aspect. Because Dad has the technical stuff, like what college he should apply to, and because he's joined all the forums and he's researched city, right? I'm the practical, like I went away to college versus Dad didn't, and so I can give him like, hey man, don't fucking drink anything out of a garbage can, okay? That's called jungle juice and it will fuck you up and you'll get butt fucked, okay? Like things like that.
I did not get butt fucked.
Thank God.
But I do have a fun story about it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I won't.
But the thing, like, and it goes back to this whole, like, how come you didn't tell me, prepare me better for this new role that I decided to have. And I hate it when my eyes leak. I don't like it just because I don't want people to see that side, because I'm not a pretty crier. Okay,
I've actually never seen you cry.
I'm an ugly crier.
I
Like,
have not seen
I have
you
like boogers and like,
Oh.
like it's horrible. This is why I don't like to do it in public.
I've seen you like get emotional, but not.
Yes. Yeah, there's a
while
lot of
I'm
heavy
crying.
breathing that happens to stop my eyes from, like, it's a lot of rage crying, whatever. But I was like, I have to let this out now, because if I don't let this out now with my husband, I for sure don't want to do it
You're gonna
with
lose it
my
at
kid.
drop-off.
Yes, at drop off.
Yeah.
Because my mom held it together. My dad told me afterwards that the 3-hour ride from UConn, University of Connecticut, from all the all the way to Danbury, Connecticut.
Stop.
She cried the whole way.
It's hard.
And my dad was like, what are you going to do when she gets married? You're going to have to give her away. Because, in our culture, you got to give it away. So the thinking has always been, she's not going to live in Danbury, Connecticut for the rest of her fucking life. Like, my dad knew this.
It's practical.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, but like, there's really nothing that prepares you for that. No one's experience. Like, someone can write 1,000,000 books on it of what they experience or the millions of parents that they talk to in their research, but like, no one's going to actually tell you that, hey, you know what? When this happens, you're gonna ugly cry a little bit, and it might be for a while, and it's okay, but get it out. Don't try to hold it in, right? Like, they don't tell you that you could have, like, the thing is, oh no, boys, they're so rambunctious, you have to be careful. Like, every single story you tell me about your 2 boys,
Yeah.
I've never encountered with my boys, because they're just different.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
But they also say that, like, oh, girls are so sweet. But I
Yeah.
have a friend that has 3 girls, and, like,
maniacs.
they're wild.
Yes, exactly.
And I mean that in the best possible
no,
way. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, they're so active, and they're into those boyish kind of things or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that you would expect. And so it makes you wonder, like, is it a girl thing? Is it a second child thing? Is it a birth order thing?
I don't...
What is it?
I've given up. Like,
It's individual.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm more open to, how everybody's like, we'd have to de-gender things, like, a pink shirt is not always for a girl, like, it's just a color, things like that, right? Like, baseball is not only for boys, football is not only for boys. If a girl can handle it, how do you know if she can handle it or not?
I have a neighbor's daughter that plays football.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to, if like... I try not to genderfy or whatever the proper term is when it comes to my boys, just because if I did that, I would be an asshole parent. And I know I would end up traumatizing them, because if my first one was like, I want to play violin, and I was like, violin's for girls. You shouldn't play violin. Orchestra's for girls. You have to join band. Like, if I did that, that would make me an asshole.
Yeah.
And I, my campaign. I don't want to be the cause of their therapy bill.
You won't be the cause of it, but you may show up
once in a while.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be the main character.
Unpacking your childhood. Your mommy's gonna show up a little bit.
But it's true. Going back to what you said, like, in the day and age of all of this information at our fingertips, like that, I still to this day, like, I know in my first tour I made fun of it a little bit here and there. I'm probably gonna make fun of it in a 1-hour special that happens because of what the topic is going to be, but that fucking What to Expect When You're Expecting was the worst fucking book in the world.
I think I got into page 18. Like, I was so bored.
Yeah, I made it a little bit further.
I had basically just taken an oath at that point, but we're like, if I need to Google something, I will Google it in the moment.
Right. There was no...
Because there was no substantial information in there that I felt I was getting some world-class parenting information. I did take a parenting class, which I found to be helpful, more like for first aid reasons.
Yeah.
You know, like
Lama's class, they do all that stuff
Yeah,
together.
we did like a little bit of breathing exercise. It was like basics.
Yeah.
And then like how to efficiently change your diaper, what you're kind of looking out for, where to clean, and all that stuff.
I had that scheduled, and then he decided to come 2 days before.
He's kind of just like...
He was like, fuck you!
Call an audible. Like,
yeah, he was like, you figure this shit out. But I can't be in here anymore. punching, trying to get out. But the second book was even worse. What to Expect in the First Year. It was even worse. It was so much like garbage. Like, I want to get it and use it on our bonfire during Ladies' Night this year. Like,
oh fuck yeah, let's do that. Let's burn shit.
I have a bonfire every year.
Just like holy.
Oh my God, because, you're right, holy, right? Oh my God, it's the second most celebrated religious event for Indians and whatever.
For the colors. It's for the colors. It's not actual holy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you're a fucking moron. Like, no one is going to these holy events all over the cities and everything.
They're only celebrating holy to drink bung.
Yeah.
And flirt with girls.
And to throw the colors around. Like,
that's it. There's something romantic about doing this. Very Deepika Ranveer of them, you know. That's it. They're playing holy.
Yeah.
Or dureti. That's fun for them. They're not actually celebrating holy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because, like, how many of y'all went to the mandir to burn shit?
Right.
I usually show up to do that shit.
Exactly.
Or I used to. I don't go to mandirs anymore.
But the amount of the people obviously that are posting because it's good engagement because beige people always want to learn about other cultures, especially India. Like, your culture is so beautiful. No, Brenda, you don't care about our culture. You like the outfits. That's what you like, Brenda. You could care two shits about our culture because our culture is all of these fucking it's all of these holidays where if you ask what the meaning is good triumphs over evil, good versus evil.
Just
It is
talked to somebody-
constantly good versus evil, and I'm like, we have been fasting and I just put it on
all
Threads.
religions across the border like this though. I just
Yes.
talked to somebody about this. It's like literally every single religious holiday celebration, it is the same underlying concept.
Triumph of good versus evil. If that's the case, and with all these fucking religions and all this fucking fasting that people have done, why is there still so much evil in our communities? Like, why are there still women who are fucking like not supporting other women in our communities? Like, didn't you fucking do the same amount of
We talked
fasting
about
I
this.
did?
It was the jealousy.
It's just so ridiculous. It's like you're not learning anything. You
Jealousy,
are.
competition.
We
touched on that shit.
It's horrible. Stop using.
I actually recently came across a few TikToks where there was this girl talking about a lot of people are starting opening up about it, that like brown culture has more mean girls than collaborative
for sure.
girls. And I love seeing that coming to light on TikTok because it's like they can say whatever the fuck they want. They're not nice.
They're not. They're not inclusive.
They only talk to you when they need something.
Right, and they want a seat at the table, but they want to make sure that they don't have that all the other seats are broken so that you don't have a seat at that table. Like, they want the only working seat at the table, And I'm just like, are you a fucking moron? Like, you tout community and you tout inclusivity and you tout all of these things.
No. Those are buzzwords, Pinky.
Oh, I know. Just like South Asian is a buzzword.
They sound good as a hashtag.
Like, I just, and...
How did we get here?
I don't know. This was a roundabout way.
This is coming in from the subconscious. It's bugging you.
This is what happens when we don't talk for like 2 weeks.
It has been a while.
It has. It has. Do we want to go on to the hot topic?
Okay, so for today's hot take, we wanted to go into the differences between raising boys and raising girls in an Indian household.
Yeah.
So you touched on a little bit of it during Grind Your Gungies, talking about how you don't want to genderize certain things, right? Like playing certain sports, wearing certain colors, whatever the case may be.
Not even just outside the house. It's inside the house too.
Yeah.
Like, I fight constantly. Not fight, but I feel like I'm always having this like battle, this like tension-filled silent battle with roommate number 6 to like let her know that just because the children are boys,
the laundry,
that doesn't matter. Like, you can still tell them to do things.
You're raising them to be
human beings
and equal partners to their future partner.
Right. Whoever their partner is.
Whatever your strong suit is. Maybe you don't care to do laundry and that's fine. Hopefully you'll meet somebody that doesn't mind doing the laundry, but at least you're raised to know how to do it.
Right. And it's like, you have to know these things, these basic life skills that schooling is not going to teach you. Let's face it, right? Yeah. There's so many things in school that I learned that I probably forgot. However, if that shit, like calculus and algebra and physics and biology and all that bullshit, if that had, instead of those hours that I did in high school, if I did basic life skills, I would have retained that information more.
Pause. This week, I had to go over before, whatever, I forget.
Spring break.
Her homework, my daughter's homework is due on Fridays.
Got it.
So like Thursday night, we're sitting down making sure she's going through everything. Mm-hmm. And, who the hell talks like, oh, it's 7:15. Who says that?
Beige people.
10 to 5. So no, time expressions was something that she had as part of her math homework. And I'm trying so hard to explain this to her. We've got the clock drawn out. We're making quadrants and we're talking about it. And I'm like, okay, what's 7:15? 7:25. No.
Yeah, because a quarter is 25 cents.
Right. And that's what she said to me. And I was just like, you are such a smart girl. It is the system that is making you stupid. Nobody talks. I told her that. I'm like, nobody talks like this. Just learn how to read a digital clock. You're fine. Hours and minutes. That's all you need to know.
Not even like yes, learn how. No, that's what we're gonna. She needs to learn an analog clock. She needs to learn.
No, she can learn that, but you don't need to learn quarter past.
Yeah,
7.
yeah. That's bullshit. Like like you said, who talks like that? Why are you wasting precious pages in a math book dedicating to this? It's like this is nonsensical.
Count by fives. You should be able to know that there's 60 minutes.
Yes,
You know, because you can count by 5 and figure that out.
Right. Learn how to read an analog clock.
Yes.
Yes, learn how to read an analog clock because you will need to know how to do that. You don't always have access to a dialogue clock, right? So we need to, because I'm hearing at the high school level, like my senior, one of the teachers is like, these kids don't even know how to read that clock up there. They always go to their phone, the analog versus digital. And so I'm like, who are these kids?
I'm going to give you an opportunity to make fun of me. I'm kind of slow with reading.
Reading what? The digital clock?
Is it analog? The one that goes in circles?
Yes, analog.
Yeah, it takes me a minute, okay? Like
it takes everybody a minute.
Like, I have to look at it and be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But some people will look and they can tell right away. I'm not that fast. I'm kind of slow.
No, they're just fucktards.
I'm also a really slow reader. So that's probably why.
Okay. But the clock thing, but the thing is, they spend so much time, they waste so much time teaching shit that's not relevant in today's society, like how 15 past 10, like what the fuck is that? Just a quarter past 10, just say 10:15. Why is that so hard?
Right.
It's the same amount of words.
You should be able to say 10:15 and then show it digitally and on an analog clock. Can you draw it?
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Like,
that's all.
Nobody needs to learn that. Anyway, so going back to relevant information.
Yeah, but and I would have retained that information if I had learned it in high school. And I know I would have because it would have been practical applications.
Like life skills?
Life skills. Mm-hmm. Like my home ec class, I loved it. So there was 2 parts. The first was we made a pillow. Like she taught us how to make a pillow and how to sew. Do I use those skills now? Abso-fucking-lutely I do. I might not be making my own clothes, but I'm putting buttons on. I'm hemming pants that are easy for me to hem, or I'm fixing fucking stuffed animals that keep getting like demolished because he doesn't want to put stuffed animals away. Kids.
Oh, I thought the dog. I used to sew up my dog's toys for a really long time.
No. Do you know how many times?
I know I gave up on that, but for a really long time I was just like, oh, it's okay. Go ahead, have fun.
No, I can't with Nacho because he doesn't get toys. Oh. He's only allowed certain types of toys because he demolishes all of them, and then he eats the stuffing, and then he like acts all pathetic and has like me to me. It's like, bitch, you fucking eat the stuffing. Yeah. But like I said,
so you have issues as roommate number 6 going through some of these genderized.
Yeah, not like. It's definitely gotten better since they've moved here because now we're on like the 3rd year, second year. It's been so many days.
That's a lot.
So many days.
This is year 2.
No, this is year 3.
Oh, started year 3.
Yeah, because they came the January of my first tour. We're going by tours.
We're going back and forth now too, though. Do you remember like in India? Or like when like my Indian family would come from India, we're like, "Kitla varas thya?"
Oh my god! Oh my god! They do this in India. So here. Yeah. They're like, oh, did you start your 13th and finish your 12th, or are you starting your 12th and finishing your 13th? You're like, what? I don't know what you just said.
Yeah. Like if I said I'm 12, they're like, oh, barmu chalet. So it like my 12th year is
starting
concurrent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they say it.
Completed. So I would say that like if I say that I'm 12, it's that 12 is completed.
Yeah, because when you say 1, the first year of your life is completed. When you say 2, the second year because we don't celebrate 0.
So then they'll be like
we don't have
right.
Like we don't have a party.
I hated that.
Right? Like we don't. I mean, granted, Indians celebrate the 6th day. They do the Chatti, right? And so, like, you're technically, yes, they're 6 days old. You're celebrating on their 6th day. And so it's like, okay, but, like, why didn't you use the same logic and apply it to the rest of the years of my life?
It's equally as stupid as, like, beige people when they're all just like, oh, that's my 4th cousin twice removed. What the fuck does that mean?
It's stranger danger. Don't fuck them. Is that what that means?
Like, we fucking or not?
No, we're not.
If there's a cousin,
if the word cousin is in the beginning, if there's a number,
no means no.
Yes, if there's a number and the word cousin, then no. we didn't even get
I
here.
don't know how we got here.
However, yeah, like, so what made you think of this though?
I don't know what we're talking about.
The whole like gender is like, did you have an incident with your with your mom?
Oh, I always have incidents with my mom.
Yeah, but
You
like
know how
I'm
many
talking about
times
like the
I've had to tell her when the kids were younger, she would do this. Like my middle son, he's just like a fidgeter.
Mm-hmm.
And he gravitated towards my daughter's purse or like my mom's purse. My daughter had like a toy purse. Or
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What she got in her purse?
like little doll things,
Candy.
whatever. Yeah, so he was playing with the zipper and closing the clasp, and then he'd like walk it over someplace else and play. Like the kid was probably 2. Okay,
To him, it's just a container with shit in it.
right, and that's what I had to tell her. I'm like, Mom, it's just a zipper. But she got so hot and bothered by it and be like, "You're not a girl," and then she would try to like redirect him to something else, and I'm like, Don't do that. You don't need to say that.
I would have.
It's just the zipper. He's infatuated with the mechanism. That's all it is.
Oh my god! It's
a bag at the end of the day. Who cares?
If I know this is exactly what I would have to have dealt with if I had a daughter as well.
So I was peeved in a couple different ways, right? Like I was just like, oh my god, don't even put that idea into their head. And then also handling the conversation with my mother with some grace, because
like
she
you
doesn't know better.
Like you saying this to me makes me so like feel so bad that you have to go through that shit. And I've heard other people say it like on my screen, but like knowing you personally and knowing that somebody that I know has to go through that bullshit, it hurts. So, you know, like I feel so bad for you that you have to waste time.
It's happened a couple times. Like
you mentioned once where like your daughter, like your mom expected your daughter to help out the second or third because they're your brothers, you should help. It's like no.
She'll get like she'll prepare food and stuff like that, and she'll sit there and like hand feed the kids or whatever.
No.
And then if one of the boys needs something, she'll send my daughter to go get them.
No.
And it's so triggering for me. So triggering, because it's like, are you doing it because she's a girl or just because she's capable?
Yeah,
right?
I would have second guessed too. Like my brain would have gone the same place. It does.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt.
You want to?
Like, okay, she's capable. She understands to open up the cabinets, and she's older. But I want to break that elder daughter.
I would have asked my mom
so bad. Like I refuse to let that happen. And I know.
Did you ask her though? In that moment?
I didn't. I wasn't trying.
Like, I just not trying to, but here's the thing. I've noticed.
I've just said out loud, like, don't make her do that. The boys are capable of getting their own water.
Yeah.
Like, he wants a water bottle. He knows what it looks like. And he can walk.
And his hands clearly aren't dirty because you're feeding him.
He can go get it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so I'm just like, she doesn't have to get it. And I will correct my daughter and my boys if something feels a little off. I'm like, you don't have to do that. It's okay. You can say no. Like, I try to empower them to say, it's okay.
Right, because there's only so much you can teach the parents. You don't have to drop
everything and just go get the water.
Yeah, there's so much. I know people hate this saying, but you can't teach old dogs new tricks. No. Like, you really can't. And when people choose to get, like, butthurt about that saying instead of looking at what I'm talking about, I'm like, I can't talk to you about this. I can't have an adult conversation with you.
They can only modify if they're willing to.
Right.
Now, in my case, my mom has told me multiple times, she's like, oh, our life has passed. We're done. Like, there's just no
desire to be better.
No desire to improve. And that's where me and her will butt heads. Sometimes I'm learning to just keep my mouth shut because it's just not worth my energy.
You have to pick your battles, and I totally get it, because, and I'm this, to a degree, I'm kind of the same way where I'm just like, it's not worth it. I can't keep having this fight.
It's not.
And it happened, and it's not a daughter versus a son thing for me. For me, it's like, I feel sometimes like I have to beg my mom to come and visit. Because she's in Connecticut and I'm here, you know? And and in the beginning, I would be like, why doesn't she want to come here? Like, why doesn't she want to spend time with me and her grandkids? And why doesn't she, like, and Granted, I wasn't in a good space mentally either, right? Like I was battling depression, and so it was even harder for me. Like,
But almost more reason why you needed your mom.
right,
There.
like I needed
Yeah.
my mom, and she always made excuses, and this was before my dad died. It wasn't even like after my dad died, right? Like, but it was both, and even then I was like, well, okay, so what's the excuse now? Before it was dad, now what's the fucking excuse? And
Did you guys ever talk about it?
no, but I told her, so with roommate number 2 graduating, like her and my brother want to come. And I'm like, I can't have you guys come to the ceremony because I'm only allowed 2 tickets, which fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Some people have more loved ones than others. Why don't you just give me their tickets? Like, I don't fucking know why I'm only
Yeah.
getting 2 tickets. Like, maybe if you had it in the fucking football field like normal people. Like, my high school graduation.
Is it in the gym?
It's in the fucking auditoriums. I don't know. And you
that's
can't even
wild.
get that many people in there. And I'm like, he's loved. Okay, I said it.
But anybody that doesn't use their tickets, they should just put it out in a pool to say, here, you can
exactly
purchase them, or who needs extra
No,
tickets.
they're free tickets.
Yeah,
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
This is what I'm talking about. Like, selfish people don't like. If I had been gifted four tickets, and if there were not 4 family members that wanted to come see him graduate, let's say there were just 3, I'd be like, yo, I have an extra ticket. Who wants
one?
it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be holding on to it. What val? Like, fuck you. Okay, 2 tickets. Sorry, I'm so bitter about that. But I was like, you can't because I only get 2 tickets. Like
Wait, so roommate number 3
no,
can't go either?
his brother
4.
can't even go.
Oh.
3 was right, but he can't even go, and
I
I'm
was doing
so
the
sad.
math.
Yeah, but and so I was already pissed off about that, right? And so my brother was like, "Yo, graduation, what's the situation?" Like, this is how he yo.
Yeah.
And so I'm texting him back, and I was like, you and mom need to. I didn't ask. I was like, you and mom need to come to the graduation party, which is Saturday, which I have to give you when it is, versus his graduation actual ceremony is the Sunday prior. So we're having it the Saturday, right? It's in May.
Okay.
The Saturday right after. And I was like, I need you guys to be there.
Yeah.
Because I can't get extra tickets. So I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
You're coming to the house and you're going to be here for the party.
Yeah. And that's all I said. He didn't say anything back. He understood. My fucking mom. Usha. Okay, we could say her name. Everybody knows her goddamn name now. Usha Ben. She's in fucking India right now, right? And she's like, oh, the bahina joy to anu graduation. Your brother wanted the graduation date and all this. I was like, yeah, I texted him. I got it. Like, why are you so late? Like, you're in the future. Like, you are 12 hours ahead of us. Like, you should be more advanced. You know, why am I sci-fi?
Does she try to, like, talk to you as if you don't talk to your brother?
Yeah.
And she's just bridging the gap?
Yeah.
Yo, my mom does the same thing.
She thinks she's the savior of the family.
She'll have a conversation with me and then go talk to my brother about it, and then she feels the need to report back, and I'm like, bro, we talked.
Yeah. No, and so she's on the phone and she, or whatever, and she's like, I told him, yeah, it's like, oh God, this again, she's like, madam bahine ki look and jo hoite jai nikan unjo.
No, you both come in.
Like, yeah, so basically she said, I will, I told your brother that he could go, and if he doesn't want to go, then I'm gonna go. I was like, no, I fucking need you both to be there. This is not a either or situation. And I was like, you know what? You guys went to Cancun for somebody's wedding that you don't even fucking know. Okay, so you're both coming to my house for the weekend because your nephew and your first grandchild is graduating fucking high school. Okay, and she was like, she gets really like, she gets nervous, like she gets scared when I like put my foot down because I don't do it often. Yeah. She's like, cuddle. I was like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, because I fucking called you out because you bitch ass went to Cancun to an all-inclusive for 7 days. Somebody's wedding. You don't even fucking know her. You don't know her fucking favorite color. You spent all this goddamn money? Hell no. But you're not going to come to... No. I got so mad. I was like... Because here's the thing. I have noticed, and I know we're morphing into different conversations.
We've been all over the place, but we're just catching up, yeah.
But here's what I've noticed in with roommate number 2, right? There are 2 occasions in a parent's life which should be celebrated 100%, and they usually are. The first is the first birthday, It's not for the child. Child can't remember shit. Child's 1. Doesn't even know that it took a shit earlier that day. Okay? So that first birthday party is for the parents. It's to tell the community and everybody and all your haters that fuck you, I did a good job and I did not kill a human being. Okay? That's what that is. And the second is graduation. Because you were able of the same person that you had the first birthday party for. Because that basically tells society that you did this. You succeeded at this thing called parenting. It definitely wasn't easy. There was a lot more downs than ups some days. That's what it felt like. But you did it, right? And
So the graduation party is also for the parents?
it's for the parents. The graduation parties are not for the kids. It is to say congratulations to you on learning things.
High school graduation.
Right.
Okay.
Learning things. However, it in the grand scheme of things, it's more for the parents.
Okay.
It's for the parents who, like, at least for me, because it's like I did this, like to this day.
I got you to adulthood.
Right.
Then all those other graduations, as you continue your education,
Yeah.
those are going to be his wins.
His wins.
Okay.
Because
I like learning from you.
It's all
like
you.
You're foreshadowing 10 years down the line. 7 years. Whatever.
Could be 10. We don't know. That's okay. But that's like,
My daughter might take a second.
hey man, I took 2 years. Okay, that's fine. English is a second language. Okay. But I like, you got them to that adulthood.
Yeah.
Because 18 is considered adulthood.
And it's worth.
And it usually coincides with high school graduation.
Yeah.
And you got them to adulthood. And in my case, I got them to adulthood doing everything that I said that I would do as a parent. And based on examples that I had.
It's a win.
For me, that's why I'm so excited. Like, obviously so fucking sad. Like, so, like, ugly crying sad. Right. But this is...
It's going to be hard for both of them, though. Because it's like you made it through the first time, and then to watch your baby go. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
She's going to cry.
No.
We're
not there.
Okay.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, I can see both.
Yeah.
They have their own individual emotions.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the two main occasions in a parent's life where if you can successfully and honestly get there, those celebrations are just for you.
But in our community, at least with our parents, I'm thinking of myself. Ain't nobody gonna congratulate me.
No.
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 No, they're not.
No. That's why
I'm the person that's gonna get shit on. What do you mean you're not throwing a party? Like, if I said, no, we're not having a party because, A, B, or C did not want a party.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No.
And then I'll get in trouble for that.
For sure, no.
It's not, nobody's going to come and be like, Priyanka, you did an excellent job.
That's because they're assholes.
No, they're going to be like, oh, you graduated? How many AP classes did you take?
Yeah.
Where did you go? It's all
God.
about them. Nobody's going to look at me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be some ugly shadow in the corner.
Well, that's the same thing as when the new parents brings home the newborn baby. Everybody, oh my God, the baby, oh my God, the baby. It's like, yo, but I just fucking, I ripped my insides out.
You're sitting there oozing.
I ripped my insides out for this alien. How about somebody ask me how I fucking am? You know what I'm saying? Like, they never, and I don't know about other cultures. I'm assuming probably the same in a lot of brown cultures, right? They could care less about the mothers. But yet, in ours is, Mera Bharat Mahan. Oh my God, the motherland. The mothers are seen as all, oh my God, we love all mothers, all things mothers. And then what do they do to their mothers? They treat them like slaves in India. They don't appreciate them. They just use them. Mothers get used and abused and unappreciated. And then people wonder why they look like fucking flying corpses all the time. Like, because they're not loved. They've never been asked to, like I said, like, I've noticed it with my own mom. Like, no one has ever asked her what she actually wants. Like, she's whatever everybody else wants. Like, no. What, like, every time I watch something Indian,
one of two things happens. They either remain that submissive, I am here for everybody, I'm here to serve everybody type of person.
Yeah.
Or they become the opposite, where they just go to war. Every day
Every day.
is a war. I did enough. You do the dishes. And it's just nasty. It's so uncomfortable going home sometimes, the way that my parents fight. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like being here. My mom is too powerful. She found her voice really late in life. And I'm just like, quit yelling at the man.
I want to be a fly on the wall.
I'll record it next time.
Yeah.
It's really fun. She'll get pissed at my dad because he's speaking a little bit louder to my grandma.
Oh.
But like,
She's deaf, man.
I don't think she is. I do think that she fakes it.
Oh, probably.
That's a different
She's still
conversation.
fucking with your mom.
Yeah, like I do think that she's kind of faking it, but it's like, why are you so bothered by it? She's 93. Like, just let her be an actor. She
Let
can
her, yeah.
die an actor at
Oh
the end.
my
Like,
God.
whatever. She just gets so mad. She'll pick a fight with my dad, and then we're all just sitting there, like, just on eggshells. We can't
That's what
be
I mean.
around.
But that's what happens is because it's been this buildup. It's this buildup of overused, underappreciated, right? It's the buildup of it, and you're seeing it come out in your mom, like you said, in one of two ways. She woke up and chose violence. That's what
Every
she
day.
chose every day.
Every day.
But that's because no one has tried to understand her. No one has tried to, like, and you can. There's only so much you can do. And I'm not like, I don't want you to be
that's
like,
what I'm
oh my
saying.
gosh, should I be? No,
Like I
she
said
needs to
earlier,
like
too,
go
like,
to see a therapist. Or
She won't.
She
She
won't.
won't.
She's Indian. She won't.
It's literally like I have to control my reaction.
Yeah.
Right? And so that has
Yeah.
been like a huge learning curve for me the last couple of years
Yeah.
is me trying to understand what her demons may be
Yeah.
and having certain conversations with her with kindness and grace.
Girl.
And just,
Girl,
like
no.
whatever you are trying to teach my sons, my daughter, things are different, and I have to
Yeah.
approach her a little calmly.
Yeah.
Granted, I have to do that, but if my brother was to tell her something, it's the law,
Yeah.
and she will accept it with no problem.
Yeah.
But
No,
that's a story for another time.
But here's the thing. No, we'll end on this if you want to end. In doing that, right? In trying to, like, the first year that my mother-in-law moved in, it was a learning curve for both of us. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course,
It
naturally.
was, yeah.
You have a whole other being in the house.
Well, and not even. I was only home certain times and then not home. So it was like,
she had expectations of you. You had expectations of her.
right, and also she didn't know what I was going to be doing. I didn't know what she was going to be doing. Like, there was no, we could barely communicate, right? We were still trying to, whatever, learning curve. And then there are times where I'd be like, why are you like this? Like, I would call her out. Like, and I would take that deep breath. Why are you doing this? What is happening? Like, like calm and collected, because I was like, and I realized I can't keep having those strong reactions every single time that she does something, because it's not good for me. Now I'm speaking selfishly.
Both.
Yeah, like, it's not good for me, and she's clearly not retaining anything.
Yeah.
She's not retaining anything, and so. And I hate nagging. I don't like saying the same thing over and over again, because my mom's a nagger and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, instead of that, I need to figure out a different way.
I'm always trying to like tie your stories, because you're more in my generation, right? So
Yeah.
like when you tell me stories of you dealing with a mother-in-law, I'm trying to always bridge that gap between whatever my mom may have been experiencing with like her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Right? And
No, and
it
that's-
helps me
yeah.
empathize with her a little bit that, okay, this is the situation,
Yeah.
and go.
And so then I was like, this is not working. It's not good for her. It's not good for me. She's going through a lot of shit right now. Granted, she borrowed problems when she shouldn't have, because that's just her nature. She overthinks about things, right? And so I learned I have to start understanding her. I have to look at the situation that she has been in for the past 40 years here in America.
Go to therapy a little bit.
Right. I have to see, I have to talk to her. I have to kind of listen when she's telling me certain things. Like, why does she keep saying these things over and over again?
What happened?
Right. It's because she feels like she has to constantly repeat herself to be heard, because no one's been hearing her. And it kind of dawned on me in that simplest of examples that I keep joking around about. Like, what do you want to eat? You are allowed. This is a basic human right. I'm not even asking you.
She didn't raise girls.
She didn't. She had 2 boys.
My mother-in-law's the same.
Yes. And so I had to, my mom raised a boy and a girl, right? And so I saw that. So I know how old school boomers think, like your mom, because I experienced it myself. And if I saw it with my own grandkids, I think I would have PTSD.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, it would bring me back, be like, I didn't like that feeling back then. I didn't like the feeling of always having to help when we had company, but yet my brother could go play with all the boys. So I was like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to be here.
Yo, I wasn't allowed to do after school sports.
Until when?
Home.
Ever?
I was only allowed to stay late after school, like around junior year in high school, when I needed the extracurriculars. Until then, I was expected to come home.
No, I did after school thing.
Oh.
I don't know how I got away with that.
Whereas my brother, this is triggering. My brother was allowed to do wrestling, swim, karate. I think he played basketball for a while, volleyball. And when I said, why didn't I get the same opportunities? I was told, well, you weren't really interested in those things.
You bitch, you didn't ask me.
And now, whatever 20-some years later, I'm realizing how much I was gaslit.
Oh, for sure.
And to not hold that resentment against them, it's so hard. But I think for her, she was just like, no, she's my girl. I don't want anything happening to her. I just want her to come home. Which, it sucked growing up, and I'm seeing the other side of it, and I don't want to repeat it.
Yeah.
Like, more than anything, I'm going to teach my girl as best as I can.
For sure.
To look.
Oh my god. So sorry. We had camera issues.
Sorry about that. It just... That's going to be the end of that.
It decided that it was done listening to our rant, and so I was like, shut the fuck up, bitches. So this is where we're going to leave it. Thank you for listening and or watching. We hope this episode helped you see things in a better light, that are PakeAsPuck, and empowered you to call it out, even if it is just to your close best friends. Don't forget to
leave any questions, topic ideas, or comments down below. You can also always DM us. Don't forget to follow.
Okay, bye.